receiver. I'm here in St. Louis Park, Minnesota. It is freezing. It's 32 degrees. So I am fully bundled up. I got on my Dickies thermal overall suit. Not the Micro Mara one, but I do have that one. But I have the coverall. I mean the overalls. The Michael Myers is the coveralls. So I'm just letting my air pressure build because I got here at 7:15. My appointment's not until 8. I didn't think they were going to take me early, but he told me he's ready for me now. But by me sitting here, my air pressure dropped, so I'm just building it up. He's already came and took my paperwork, my forklift driver. So I'm not sure if you can see on that sign. But yeah, I called him, called the number on that sign, and he told me just to wait in this holding area. All right, we're built up now. Let's go. There he is. I'm not sure if you guys can see him. He told me this first gate is the exit and the loop around. And the speed limit is 10. I'm not sure if it's picking up. When I first got here, the company drivers for this company, it's called Lynn Roofing. They were all out here doing their securement. That was pretty cool. I just tried my best to get out of their way. And yes, as you can see, it's like I said, it's 32. When I drove up here, it just out of nowhere, the snow flurries and the ice. So that is snow that you see, or ice that's on the grass, snow, whatever you want to call it. Back home in Texas, I believe my wife said it's like in the 80s. It's 32 up here. He told me to keep my securement on until I pull into the yard. So I am still strapped. He told me to follow the snaky road around. Once I enter, I can pull up to him and then remove the securement, and then he's going to unload me. I'm going to swing out wide because I don't know if this is a company truck or their trucks were white. So I guess their trucks are white and red. But yeah, these are company trucks. That's the company trailer. I won't be able to show me taking the straps off, but once we get our next pre-pan, our load assignment, hopefully we're traveling out west, trying to get these miles up. I'll let you guys know where I'm going. Peace.
Good morning, world, or whenever you're seeing this. Hope you're doing good. Hope everything is going fine, and if it's not, I hope and pray that it gets better. So I forgot to show this load, the pickup. It was well, the reason I forgot, I'm starting to get to the point where I don't really like picking up at the same location when another Milton driver is there. And I say that because every time, they put you up here so the phone won't be moving. Every time I pick up at the same place as another Milton driver, I'm always running into a quote-unquote Milton expert or someone that's in safety or a Milton trainer. So you can still probably wondering why you still don't want to pick up, because everything I just said. Because when I go, if there's another Milton guy there, he is either an expert, a person with safety, or a trainer, and they insert themselves to want to micromanage me and tell me how I should secure my load. And I try to be respectful, and it comes a point when you just gotta, let somebody know that, hey, I'm in the flatbed just like you, because I don't want to be micromanaged. I like working by myself, and I want to be left alone. That's why I had to tell this guy just like that. I'm like, hey, you know, you're an expert, and you know, I understand you work with safety, but I'm out here just like you. I don't want to be micromanaged. I like working alone, and I don't want to be micromanaged. I don't want somebody hovering over me. So I'm gonna show you the load in just a second. Now, you know, Milton and every flatbed company, I believe, they try their best to make sure, you know, that they give you the basics on how to secure, you know, most loads. But, you know, there's going to come some loads where they don't have any pictures, or they don't have a clue on how to secure it. That's when you have to be creative and think of a, you know, a game plan yourself. So when I look at a load, especially if it's one that's not in our securement book or something I've never done before, I just think of the laws of physics. How can I keep this load from sliding left, right, forward, and back? And then I come up with a game plan based off of that. If it's something that I've never done before, like this load, or something I've never seen before, like this load. We both are going to the mall, and he took it upon himself to call dispatch, and because, you know, I was being respectful because he's an older guy, but he told dispatch that, yeah, I got the rookie here and I'm just gonna have him follow me. You can just change his route to follow me. And whoever was there, because this was different, we both picked up on a Saturday. Normally flatbed you pick up on Mondays, you pick up during the week. I won't just limit just Monday. Well, typically at Milton is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then it's usually business hours, 8 to 5, 8 to 6, or 7 to 5, 7 to 6. Sometimes 7 to 7, depending on the location. So for us to pick on a Saturday, that was different. And that place was closed. These were preloaded trailers. So so that's just the background story of it. So I tried to, well, I figured out how I was gonna do it. He didn't have a clue. He was sitting back trying to, you know, let me know, had his chest out like this. Yeah, I've been working with the company over 25 years. He had his own truck. He had his name on his truck. And I'm not disrespecting none of that, because that's a huge accomplishment. He's a million miler. He used to be a trainer. Now he works with safety. And I'm saying that because this is what he told me. I didn't ask him this. It was just him telling me. I'm sitting back trying to figure out how I'm going to secure this load. Because to me, we're going to a mall. I'm not sure if this is a pre-existing mall, if they're renovating it or they building it from ground up. To me, they look like big dinosaur teeth or something that you can just sit down. Because I'm not sure if they're big cement triangles or if they're granite or marble. Oh man, my eyes are all puffy. Sorry about that. Put on my glasses. It was rough last night. Hopefully this is better. Well, no, these glasses are dirty. But so he tells me his tenure with Milton. He even brags about he got 3 people fired because he saw that their loads wasn't secured properly per his standards or Milton's. So he took pictures and he called, I believe the guy's head person in charge of safety. His name is Russell. And he called Russell and he got the guys fired. I don't know if he was saying that to like intimidate me or what. I mean, that's the only way I could take it. Because like, why would you tell me you got 3 guys fired? And to smile and brag about that, that was just weird to me. So I was like, okay. He's like, don't be scared. I'm just letting you know, if I see something that's not right, it's my duty to make sure that it's reported. And I said, okay. I said, well, one, I'm not scared. I'm out here just to do my job just like you. And I said, I have driving experience. I don't have flatbed experience, but I said I got into this. I wanted to do something different, and I like working alone. I've grown tired of the office setting. I did that over 20 years. I'm done with the office setting, so I want to get out here, work alone. I've lost a lot of weight doing this, but I don't like being micromanaged. I'm pretty sure just like you. And I said, I don't want anybody hovering over me. And that's why I like doing this. And I like problem solving. I can problem solve and figure this out. So then he says, well, so how do you plan on securing it? He said, "You're not gonna use chains, are you?" I said, "No." I said, I'm taking my chains down, because so we brought in, we both came in with empty trailers, and I had chains on my trailer. I had to take, I'm gonna leave my chains on that trailer, then I'll be short 2 chains. So I said, "No, sir," because he's old, I call him sir. I said, "No, sir, I'm not putting chains on this on the product. These chains came off my trailer, so I need to take them off and put them up." He said, "Oh, okay, I thought you were about to chain. I was gonna tell you, no, don't do that." And I took a deep breath, and the side's like, and then in my mind, and it probably was on my face, I'm thinking, dude, go over there and secure your load. Don't worry about me. I got what I'm doing. So as I'm looking at it, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to use edge protectors on it. And I'm looking at my, I looked at the BOLs. It said, don't put the securement straps directly on it, because they don't, I guess they didn't want them marked up. They didn't want any marks on them. And they said, please use the, and it's gonna make sense once I got the truck. They said, please use bubble wrapping and wood if possible. So I saw this wood laying around, and of course I got on gloves, make sure I don't get a splinter or nothing like that. So I'm like, okay. So in my mind, I'm looking at the wood, and it was just laying down in random spots on the yard. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use this, put it across here, strap it down, cool. I said, with the friction, once I pinch it down on both sides, it ain't gonna move. Cool. So I started, you know, he eventually, because I didn't engage him anymore. I was just listening to him and looking at him crazy, like, dude, go take care of your load. You got your, well, for him to know everything, he didn't know to message dispatch. I messaged dispatch because I picked up some preloaded trailers before, and typically they hide the BOLs if the place is closed. They hide them either in the tube where the registration and inspection report for the trailer is, or sometimes you might find it on the pallet. But I think because it rained there the night before, they didn't put it out there on the pallet, and then they didn't even put it in the tube. So I asked overnight. I said, hey, I arrived at the shipper. I can't locate the BOLs. And then he said, oh, they might be in the mailbox. So I was like, okay. I went over to the mailbox and I got the BOLs. I got my BOL because, you know, since he knew everything, I figured he knew to do that. So as he's still talking, I walk off and I come back with the BOL. Oh man, this is why you shouldn't back in, people. This is why you shouldn't back in. I hope the Volvo person blow their horn, because if not, he's gonna hit them, because you back up blind, you can't see. I don't know what's gonna happen right here. Okay, Mr. Volvo's backing up. CRST is moving, and this guy's backing up. That was about to be a disaster. So I went over, I got my BOLs, it had notes, and it was saying about bubble wrap and use wood for securement. So yeah, I saw that. So I come back to the trailer, and I put the bubble wrap across it, and I put the wood on it. And he was like, oh, hey, what made you decide to do that? I said, oh, it's on the BOL. I said, on the BOL, it says use bubble wrapping. I said, it also said wood. I said, I didn't see any on the trailer, but I see wood like over here in the pile, so I'm just gonna use this wood. And he said, oh, okay. He said, how'd you know where to go get the BOL? I said, oh, I just messaged dispatch, the driver manager. I said, but it's over there in that mailbox. So I told him where to go. So then he's sitting back and he's just watching me like a hawk. So I put the bubble wrap, and I'm about to show you, I put the bubble wrap over the edges where I know where my straps are gonna be, and I put the wood on top of it, of course, so the bubble wrap won't blow up. And then in my mind, I was gonna be, you know, spiteful and use all the wood, and I said, well, he might need some of this. So I didn't use all the wood that I found. I left him some, but that meant I wasn't gonna have enough wood for all of it. So I have moving blankets that I use for steel and lumber for the edges, so it won't rip up my my tarp. I said, okay, I'm gonna lay these blankets over it. That way I can still put my strap on it and it won't slip off. So when he was doing it, before he saw how I was doing it, and it was windy, his straps were blowing off. And he said, what made you think of that? I said, well, I figured, I saw you put the strap on, I watched it blow off, and we sitting still. If we get to moving at 60+ miles an hour and there's no friction, that strap is just going to slide off. So I said, I thought, let me use one of these moving blankets, and I'm about to show you, so I can have some friction. So he winds up taking pictures of me and taking pictures of my load, and he said, oh, you didn't do anything wrong, you actually did something good. You know, I don't think this is in the load securement book, so I'm gonna make sure that safety sees this, and we might shout you out, blah blah blah. I said, oh, I don't need any recognition. I don't want to lose the load and lose a potential client for Milton. So I don't know. I don't really think he was doing it for that reason. I thought, and my wife even thought, because I told her the situation too, I was like, I don't know if the guy was trying to you know, flex on me, show me his muscle, or if he trying to get me written up or what. And my wife's like, he's probably gonna try to take the credit of helping you secure that load, or for future references, this, if they do add this to securement photos, he's gonna take credit for doing. I said, I don't even care if he does. I said, for him to try to micromanage me and then get my route changed to have to follow him, I said that was a little bit much. So how I wound up getting out of that, I had to let my air pressure build up on my truck, and he had already taken off, and I saw him turn off on the street, and I thought he was gonna wait, but he kept going. So I guess he thought I was gonna follow him. No, not at all. He went his way and I went my way, and that's how it is. We'll meet up tonight at the place, but no, man, I'm good. I don't have to be babied or, you know, nothing like that. I don't mind taking advice from someone that generally wants to give it to me versus someone that's trying to be intimidating with it. And that's why I said I'm starting to get to the point where I don't really like picking up the same places as I see another Milton person, because they either an expert or they're a trainer, and they always try to give unwanted, unsolicited advice. Or in his case, he worked for safety and he used to be a trainer. And then ironically, he said he no longer trains because he doesn't know where he was losing, I guess, his connection with students. And he said he had, I think, over 15 students quit on him. And I'm like, man, I didn't say it to him, thinking in my mind, I met you for like 2 minutes, and I can only imagine them being in that truck with you for about 3 weeks. I'm thinking in my mind, I can see why they quit. You think you know everything, and you can't be told anything. So I can see why. But, you know, I try to be nice to him. I said, well, you know, people have their reasons. Maybe situations change at their home. They probably came into this like me. I came from dry van and reefer. I knew flatbed worked harder in the elements, but I didn't know they worked this hard. The primary factor, those tarps. I said they probably figured this is a lot of hard work, not a lot of money right here, at least in the beginning. So that probably was their deciding factor. I said, but you just never know. It could be numerous things, but I think it was probably that plus him, honestly. So yeah, it should be fun seeing him again tonight. He'll probably give me advice on how to take off my straps. How to take them off and roll them up. I'm really looking forward to that. And again, I'm not going to follow him wherever he goes to. I'll tell him, oh, okay, you go ahead and leave, like I did last time. And then I'll tell him, oh, hey, I got to let my air pressure build up. Let him go, and then I'm going to go my own way. But let's get to the load. This is a nice Peterbilt next to me, too. Nice truck. So, as you can see, we got the bubble wrap. I use a wood plank and ain't going nowhere. And like I said, to me they look like maybe something that you can sit on, or dinosaur teeth. So this is not inside the Milton handbook. You got to get creative out here. As you can see, this is not going anywhere. I got the bubble wrap, so there's no marking on the edges. And that's what I did. Like I said, I don't know if this concrete marble is smooth, but they look like teeth. And it's going to a mall, so I don't know if this is like a sitting area type of stuff. As you can see, I wound up using, so these are smaller ones, then I have some big ones, and I didn't want to use all the wood, so in the middle, for that middle strap, I used a moving blanket just to create that friction. Let me go over there so you guys can see it. Well, really no safe way to get there. Just gotta take my word on it. I'll show you from the ground. So again, I do alternating pull. So I got hook, winch, and they ain't going nowhere. I only use one on this one. It's small. I only use one, but still got the bubble wrap, the wood. It's not going anywhere. So on this one I was gonna use 3, but again, I said I was gonna be nice. So I got the moving blanket. We got friction, it's not sliding. I got the bubble wrap, the wood, bubble wrap, wood, bubble wrap, wood, another moving blanket. And that came from the metal. Moving steel and lumber, it just eats away at it. I'd rather do this than the tarp. And again, bubble wrap, wood. So again, you see how that, hear that G note? It ain't going nowhere. I came from Green Bay, Wisconsin down here. But yeah, so I got the friction on it. It's not going anywhere. So this is when he was talking about my chains. So I had the chain up, so these are stopping these from going left and right, falling off, and this is just stopping it from going backwards. Since these were preloaded, normally I would like to have a bulkhead in the front and in the back, but they loaded me all the way up right here. So I was gonna put a bulkhead right here, but when I did that, it was gonna make contact right here, and I didn't want to get accused or get a claim for messing this up because this is smooth. So I just put all my wood back there. So yeah. Yeah, this is a nice truck. I guess I never explained these in my videos. This is my daughter, one of the first Vans shoes I bought her when she was my little baby. And this is a little Croc that she got from McDonald's out of her Happy Meal. So my daughter's always riding with me. So I'm off of 35. I'm just outside of Austin. The delivery's in Austin tonight. I got here yesterday. I got here yesterday around 12:30 on Monday. The delivery is tonight, which is Tuesday at 10 o'clock. So parking is going to be a little rough, but we'll figure something out.